What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Well. It did not take long for the Panini new hires to bring over some of their old tricks to Fanatics. Now, I need to preface a few things here. First off, what the hell am I talking about? Bowman Sapphire was set to release yesterday, Wednesday. Got pushed to Friday. Okay. Sapphire, always a huge deal. Always a very popular product, especially on the Bowman side. Usually sells out fairly quickly. Sometimes within hours, sometimes a couple days, but regardless, it usually goes pretty quick. And then the boxes usually appreciate at a fairly decent margin fairly quickly. It was supposed to go live. It didn't. They announced, hey, it's going to be coming Friday instead. Okay, cool. Last year's box prices were $200. You were not guaranteed an auto, I don't believe. So earlier this morning, Card Purchaser is who snagged the screenshot, and then this kind of made the rounds. And there have been rumblings of this, I guess, for a while, that they're going to do a Dutch auction. Panini style Dutch auction. There was, back when Luber was actually still with the company, that I don't think he's with the company anymore, that he laid out like the truly blind, no floor Dutch auction was one of the best ways to buy products. And when he laid that all out and discussed it, say what you will about Zero Cool and his wild ideas, his idea for a true Dutch auction, I thought was actually pretty good, where everyone pays the lowest price, not wherever you go in at. Now, maybe that's how this is going to work. We don't know. That's the thing here. That's where we get into because they pulled this page down very shortly after it went up. So we don't have details here. We do know that there's a floor price. You don't want to see that. So that already makes me lean that it's not Luber's idea, because his did not have a floor price associated with it. I guess you could do his idea and have a floor price. I don't know. But this is a bag out of the Panini playbook, or a play out of the Panini playbook. It has a starting price. It has a floor price. You'll get in. You'll feel bad about it. You'll FOMO. You'll buy it. The floor price is $350. The internet is mad. The hobby in general is mad. Justifiably so. I don't even mind. A lot of people were mad about the $350 floor price. Like, of these boxes, like let's pretend that the Dutch auction didn't exist and these just came out at $350 a box. People would have been mad, but they would have gobbled them up. It is guaranteed one auto per box with 3 parallels. And the other thing to note is, based off of the pack odds, the print run has been cut substantially. That seems to be what the blowout detectives have done the math. I did not do the math. I'm relying on their word for it. That the print runs on this are going to be lower than last year's, which is justifying the increased price. You're getting, I believe, an extra parallel and the guaranteed auto. And it would make these things immediately more scarce, thus driving up prices on the secondary market quicker, because there's half the amount of the supply out there. And it is also a small auto checklist. So of the guaranteed autos, you are more likely to hit someone actually good. But they went the Dutch auction route, and like I said, people are upset. I am not surprised. I'm not happy about it. I probably won't buy any. If they would have went up at $350 a box, I probably would have bought 1 or 2 just to sit on and see what happened as a spec play. I don't think I'll mess with the Dutch auction unless it got to the floor, and then I would do the same thing again. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, just don't buy it. Everyone don't buy it. It'll go to the floor, and then we'll show them. Ha, 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 ha. That's not how this is going to work. One, group breakers will never let that happen. The big breaking companies will swoop in and buy it up and then immediately jack up the price for PYTs and random breaks and this, that, and the other thing, and make their money on it. That will 100% happen before this thing hits the floor and does not sell out. It will never get to that point. I don't think, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Time will tell. The other thing is you can go to Conspiracy Theory Corner, get the tinfoil hat, shape it up, firm it up. I prefer a hat under the tinfoil hat. Helps keep the form better. But that the manufacturer, this was always the thing with Panini, that they would just pull it if it got low and sat. So say the floor price is $350, it gets to $450, and they're like, hey, psst, just market sold out. Well, but no, we got like 20,000 boxes. No, we don't. Those are gone. Market sold out. And they would market sold out, and then, once again, Conspiracy Theory Corner, there would be backdoor deals already set up with large group breakers, distributors, the various different players in the hobby, that they would buy it at some reduced price, but still higher than the floor price, and then do their thing with it with breaks and, this, that, the other thing. And they were protected because they could be like, well, look, it's sold out at $450 a box. I mean, I got them for $375 out the back door, but they sold out at $450 a box. I have no idea if any of that's true, but most of the hobby likes to believe that that's true. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'll leave it at that. The only thing, and I don't think this will be the case, maybe, I highly doubt it, is that this was all, another portion of the hobby has gotten into this is all a clever ruse. They purposely leaked this to judge reaction. They wanted Dustin to do a reaction video and see what the hobby's reaction was to the Dutch auction. Spoilers, it hasn't been great. Fanatics and Topps and Ruben and co. It has not been great. People are mad. I've yet to see more than 2 people that were like, oh, cool, Dutch auction, this could be great. So if you want to live in that fairy tale land that this was just a big joke, and not a joke, but a test balloon, let's call it, to see if what the reaction would be to the hobby of doing Topps/Fanatics' first Dutch auction, maybe it'll go up on Friday at $350 a box, and they'll just pretend like this. They'll be like, what are you talking about? Oh, we were just testing things to see if we even could run a Dutch auction if we ever wanted to, or something. Or we were just playing around. Ha ha ha. No, you didn't see that. He faked it. He made that up. Or whatever they would say. Or just pretended it never happened. And put it up at $350, $400 a box, and whatever happens, happens, if they see that they're getting this much blowback. I would like to believe that's the case. I don't think that's the case. We all knew when Fanatics came in, there would be some potential good with them coming in, and some potential bad. And if this goes through, I think this is part of the bad column that comes along with some of the good column that we may or may not get. So I can hear, before I even hit record on this video, I can hear the comments now about monopolies. How is this allowed to happen? Fanatics is the devil. How did we get here? This is the worst. See what they're doing. Pillaging. I'm done. I'm never buying a Fanatics product again. I'm sure there'll be a handful of those comments. If you feel that way, great. Perfect. Perfectly fine. If you're big mad about this, then don't buy it. You know what? Buy the singles of the players that you want. You'll probably end up better off in the first place. Because let's be honest, ripping one of these boxes at $400 to $500 a pop, even $350 a pop, you are probably losing on it. So get the cool little prospects that you like, the ones that are under the radar. Just go buy them on the secondary market as singles, and you can enjoy the product that way. If you don't like something, sure, vote with your wallet. You don't. No, they are not as mad as people are. You would think Fanatics is forcing you to participate in this Dutch auction. You do not have a choice. You must take your wallet out and participate in this Dutch auction. That is not the case. You could simply choose to ignore it. You might be a little upset about that because maybe you always really like the Rip Sapphire and now it's out of reach. I get it. But there are other ways that you can enjoy the product and not reward them for the Dutch auction if it ends up happening. So just keep that in the back of your mind before you go keyboard warrior and get all big mad. But I get it. It is frustrating. Hopefully, if this does go forward and they do this and they do realize the blowback and the feedback from the community that, hey, we don't like this. Or if you're going to do it, do the Luber version where it was a truly open Dutch auction and the market truly set the price. Get your floors out of there. Have faith in the product that you're putting on the market that you don't need a floor. And do it that way. I think people would be much more accepting to that versus this. Panini is basically a dirty word in the hobby right now for a lot of people. And when you see a Dutch auction with this timer and a starting price and a floor price, it's the first thing that your mind jumps to. Here we go again. I thought things were going to be better here. And that's just the attitude that people are immediately going to take. And once again, I get it. That was my first reaction when I saw this. I took the screenshot, I tweeted it, and I tagged Topps, Fanatics, and Ruben in it. And I'm like, guys, this is not the way. You know, Pedro Pascal and Star Wars, that's the way. This is not the way. So we'll see what happens. Could this all change? Could they pretend that this never happened? Yes. Could we be participating in a Dutch auction on Friday? Yes. Time will tell, but I wanted to get this out there and state an opinion before it came to fruition, and also to keep you boys and girls all in the loop if you were looking forward for Bowman Sapphire. So hopefully this is not a sign of things to come. Once again, I don't know that we should be. I'm not surprised by it, but on the same hand, I am a little surprised by it that they just literally rolled Panini's over. I thought they would handle it a little bit differently. And let's be honest, even if they roll forward with this, it's going to sell out. Probably legitimately. For various different reasons like we talked about. So, it is what it is. You can vote with your wallet all you want. They're still going to get rewarded and it's still going to sell out at $450, $400, $375. Who knows? I don't think it'll hit $350 and sit. I really don't. Once again, if it did, they'll just fake it and make it look like it's sold out. Most likely. That's all I got for you boys and girls. We will catch you on the next one. Friday video. Unless something wild and crazy happens. I have a comic book video coming. People have been clamoring for comic book content. I sat down with a close friend of the channel and we had an hour-long discussion about the comic book market, about the differences on cleaning and trimming between the two different hobbies, the current state of the market, kind of where things are at, wide-ranging chat with a good friend and a very good guest. So look forward to that coming up. Like I said, most likely Friday, unless something crazy happens. And look out for the Dutch. They are coming for your wallet. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.